All right, now I think to make our monster funny is really all in the eyes. So we can make little skinny eyes that are looking around, little small pupil dots on the inside part of the circles. And maybe I'm going to have all these guys looking at each other. So I'm going to have this little black circle. Not pushing really hard with my crayon, but I'm going on ahead and making them look at each other, which would be kind of fun and silly. This is what makes him a funny monster. Maybe on this one, maybe you want to do something different. Maybe you want these to be big, and maybe I'm going to have them looking up and all different directions. Maybe I'll have them looking over here, and maybe I'll have them looking over here. So they're looking in different directions. Now he looks like he's more funny than scary or anything because he may have those teeth, but he's got a silly face. So we got a fun monster on here that we can go ahead and finish off. So you can come up with your own ideas for here. I think what I want to do is I want to give this one some big ears. So like we did on our other project with the triangles, I'm going to go ahead and draw a huge triangle up here and bring it on around up here. So he's going to have another big ear. I'm going to bring that up over here. Okay, and then for this one, I think I'm going to give him some crazy hair. So this is when you can already start coloring if you want to. But I'm going to go ahead and give him black swirly hair. So like when we did our line projects, at the beginning, we did some curly ones. I think I'm going to give him some curly hair. And maybe I'll give him some ears on the side. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give him some hair. And I'm just going to keep doing those lines like we did before. And I'm going to go ahead and add lots of hair in here. And maybe if you want to do hair like I'm doing, maybe you want to go ahead and use your color crayons. I'm just going to stick with my black crayon. All right. So now your monster is basically done. And what we need to do is color him in. Now, when you color, you've got to remember, you've got to color not just your creature that you have created. We call him the subject of our art. But we also got to color in the outside. Too much white on the paper either it looks like it's not finished or that it's just kind of flat. So we want to make sure that we do something fun and colorful. And it takes some time to color these in. Now remember that when you're coloring, I don't want to push real hard with my crayons because what happens with your crayons when you push really hard? They'll break. So it's more important that you're going ahead and add some nice color or something in the background that you want him to be around, or a nice color that you like that makes you happy, so that it's not all just full of just plain white, boring paper. I'm going to give him a place that he can be. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that you can stop the video here to make sure that you are all set with your creature, and then you filled him in and you want to come up with some ideas about what color do I want him to be. Do I want him to have stripes or um, circles or dots? Does he need to be a polka dotted monster? Does he need to have a pattern? We talked about some patterns too. So in our previous projects, if you kept up with our previous projects, you can think about those, especially for sun and moon, for if you wanted to do some patterns in your monsters. I think I'm going to make mine polka dotted, and for this one, and then I think for this one I'm just going to use maybe some stripes or color blending, where we let one color crayon going into another. So light coloring if you're going to use more than one color, and let them go on in together. And we'll get ready to get that done. All right, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and color in my monsters and give them some other things too. Maybe I want to draw something for a background or just use my favorite colors. And I'm going to go ahead and start that and color them on in. Right, so here we are all finished. On this one, and this blue monster here, I blended in a little purple just for fun, because color blends can be really pretty. And I can keep going with it and add some more color if I want to. And I just decided, because I love green and I love grass and stuff, I would give them a nice green background with some clouds and sun and sky. And then for this one, I wanted to add a rainbow, and I just sort of pictured that it was going behind him. So needed to have some red over on this side of him, and it's going over here to his head, and then it's going to come on out. It's going to be here behind his ear, and I can keep filling it in. And but I noticed that I kind of couldn't see his hand anymore. So I drew a little bit more black for his hand. So you might want to see that and make sure that you're happy with how your colors turned out. Do you need to draw over your black line some more, or are you happy with your picture? And then this one I could even do more. So if you have some white area of your paper that looks like it needs something to make it a little bit more interesting, go ahead and add that. So add some things that you like. And I can't wait to see what you create, and make sure that you put your name on the back of your artwork, and that you have a fun name for your monster. Maybe you want to talk about your monster, and what you put in his background. What does that tell you about your monster? Maybe you can tell a story. Maybe he can just be a fun character that you want to uh, talk more about. So have a great time with your project, and I hope you have a wonderful day.